How's it going? Thought I'd do a bit of an update on our back hoop house. Haven't done one for ages, and a few other bits and pieces in the back garden. I'll try and keep it quick. Been really disappointed in the produce we've gotten out of this hoop house in the back garden actually this summer. It hasn't been the greatest. I actually let things slide for a couple of weeks there. We were living the high life with visitors from down south and family and friends, and Bianca being on holidays, and the garden was actually neglected for about a week there. And as a result I let one bed run dry, and I'll show you what happened with that. But I'll give you just a quick look. It's starting to rain, so I'll try and make it quick. Down here is my little success story for the summer. It's a little cauliflower, self-sown, volunteer. The head is starting to divide, so he's ready to pick. So I told Bianca about him last night after I discovered him, and she decided that we're going to have a broccoli and cauliflower salad, so woohoo! I'm all up for that. I have to buy broccoli of course because we've got none growing. The garden in here, well, this first bed is a bit of a loss. The capsicums never really, I'm holding my hand like this because I've got a grasshopper in there for the fish. The capsicums never really recovered from the mite attack. One of them has, after I chopped it right back. I'll just give you a quick look at that. It's starting to put out nice leaves. This one here, yeah, not much chop, but we do have a nice couple of sweet peppers on there, so or capsicum, sorry, bull's horn, so we'll be harvesting them. All the new growth is coming through fine now. The jalapeno over the back here is doing fine, getting a nice lot of fruit from that. Harvested the two spaghetti squash that were in here, and there's two smaller ones on the ground. Harvested them yesterday, so pretty impressed with them. They're just going to be left aside for a little while, and we'll let them sweeten up a bit before we eat them. Down here is a very feeble attempt to grow a toadskin watermelon, or toadskin melon. Christmas melon's another name they have. So we're just going to let him go. I've got some others planted out elsewhere in the yard, so like I said, yeah, not too fantastic this garden this year. I really think I need to let the beds rest for a while. They've been working non-stop for the last 3-4 years, so I think I might give them a rest for a couple of months. Over here we've had a couple of mite issues with our mangle. The turmeric's going well. This end of the bed, I think I killed this kale the other day. I think I over harvested it. Over here, that's a KY1 tomato, believe it or not. I did a bit of a clip with showing some problems we had with some mites. This KY1 has got 1 or 2 bad branches. I'll see if I can zoom in over there. It's got 1 or 2 bad branches, but the rest of it looks not to be bothered by the mite whatsoever. So as a hardy variety, I think it's going to be a bit of a goer. This is actually a broad ripple yellow currant. It's a volunteer in that bed. We're just going to let that go, because this broad ripple yellow currant needs to come out of this strawberry bin. We're only getting pretty small strawberries on it now. I think it's sucking the life out of here, so we're going to take it out of that barrel. I've got one Berkeley tie-dye, Richard. Only one made it through. The plant got overrun by mites while I was being a bit lazy, living the high life, so once I can save the seed from that fruit, that's pretty much all the plant's going to come out. Over here, the one success story we have had in here, or one of the ones, is this zucchini. It's just gone gangbusters. With the other one out behind the chook shed, it's doing really well too, so definitely glad I saved the seeds from this variety. This barrel here is our little finger ginger. It's going well, and so is the beetroot growing around it. This bed here really needs a rest. The tigerella, yeah, overcome with the mites. The black Russian gave us 3 or 4 kilos of fruit, so yeah, pretty good success rate. This bed here is going to be rested as well. I haven't found a lot of worm activity in this one, so I'm getting a little bit concerned. I'm just going to dig through some mushroom compost just through the top layer with the mulch, give it a good water, and just let it go until the brassicas are ready to go in here. The chillies over the end there, they're going fantastic. See if I can zoom in one-handed. That's my market chilli, no idea what variety. It's a medium chilli, and it's gone gangbusters. Loads of fruit on it. The basil's gone pretty well. I commented on Andy's clip that I was going to come down and grab a whole heap of basil and freeze it as a pesto. Guess what? I took it up the house and I ate it. Butchered this plant here and one of the other plants up there, and I ended up eating it, so we didn't freeze any. But I've got some more leaves coming through to harvest. The reservoir in this bed, a little bit of wicking bed 101, the reservoir up the fill end is actually higher than down this end, and I was aware of that when it was built. It was a bit of a rush job, and as a consequence, when I let it run dry while we had some friends up, hello, the snake beans died. So we lost the snake beans up there, and the carrots we started to lose some of the carrots as well. But the KY ones, they all survived. Yeah, we do have one or two green ones, as Kira's pointing at now. The problem was remedied, and the plant is coming back down the bottom up here. I think there's some green leaves coming back on one of the plants, so hopefully it'll bounce back. The jalapeno over in that corner there lost all its leaves as well, but it's starting to bounce back as well. I caught it just in time. The first row of carrots wasn't so lucky, but we saved the second row, pardon me, and we've already eaten them. So yeah, I sort of feel like I've let the team down a little bit by not having a great harvest from this area in the garden. I'll give it a rest from now. I'm going to give this bed a rest and the bottom bed down there a rest. Half of that bed's been fed up and has been amended with a load of mushroom compost. I'm going to leave that. The other half needs a bit of work. This one here I'm going to keep going just while we've got the KY1s being so productive in there. Still a load of fruit on there, probably a few more that I could probably pick. There's a nice red one down the bottom there by the look of it. So, actually, oh no, I've missed one and he's fallen on the ground, such is. But we do have some more red ones coming on. I'll take you for a bit of a walk out the back actually. As you can see, I need to move the pavers as well. Oh, just quickly, Chinese gooseberries, the Cape gooseberries are going fantastic in here. No Colorado potato beetle to feast on them. Another little blighter. The Yakon, this Yakon's going far better than the ones out the front, so I'll be using this for my seed corms for next year's crop. Yeah, the Yakon out the front, not too sure how much we're going to get from that. Ferals, we've got mustard popping up everywhere. And just around the corner here, we have a daikon. That's just a feral daikon. This plant, this bed over here, we had the daikon go to seed and the mustard, so they're popping up all through the patch. That there is two West Indian sour gherkin vines. It's just gone crazy. The most hardiest cucurbit I've seen. No, not a sign of powdery mildew, and prolific. There's 3, 4. Let's see, 4 cucumbers just there. They're a bit spiny. You knock the spines off, and then you just cut them up, skin and all, throw them in salads. They can be a little bit sour, a little bit tart, but they are a great little cucumber. Over here we've got the glass gem corn. We've got some nice looking cobs coming in on that. It's got to be at least 10 foot tall, some of these stalks, so it's going really well. It is being caned by the grasshoppers though. These guys are a real problem in the patch this year. I don't want to spray around too much neem or anything like that because it will poison the fish in the aquaponics if it makes it that far, so I'm just not doing it. Oh, just quickly for Peter. They're your mouse gherkins. I planted them out before the heat wave and lost them all nearly. I only had one little green leaf on both of them, but they bounced back, so I will get some Mexican mouse gherkins, hopefully. On the way to the top, this is our ginger, going fantastic down in this barrel, a lot better than out the front. And the beetroot, the heirloom beetroot, they're a mixed variety, different colours and whatnot, they're doing fine. And we've got some brassicas, I think that's either the mustard or maybe some daikon coming up in there. And Kira just pointed this out before above the aquaponics. You have a gecko. Hey gecko. Actually the other day we found a snake, a baby carpet snake under the back stairs. It was pretty groovy. He's only about a little bit less than a metre or a yard long, but yeah, it was great to see him. Hopefully he'll stick around and grow big enough to take the rats. Here we have the water chestnuts. They're just being caned by the grasshoppers again. You can see where they've been nibbling the ends. I can't see any in there, but they're definitely in there. Ah, there we go, over the back, hiding away. Don't know if you can make him out there, but yeah, not a big fan of the grasshoppers this year, I can tell you. Over here, the compost heap's going well. We've got some volunteer daikon, just there, and there, volunteer daikon, volunteer thyme mint. So we're just basil, sorry. We're just letting them go, see what happens with them. And my little marigold hedge just popped up all by itself. Compost is going well, it's breaking down nicely, loads of worm activity in there. I'd show you, but I've got a handful of grasshoppers. This is a Balinese sweet corn, so we're trying that this year in this one. There's 36 plants in here, had all bar one seed germinate, and they've only been in for 20 days, so I'm really impressed with the way this stuff has grown. I also, to be totally honest, I put through a wheelbarrow load of chicken manure, and yeah, these things have just boomed. So I think we've still got to start utilising the waste the chickens make for us a little bit more. So we'll be adding a lot more of that to the gardens, I think. I'll just go and feed these guys to the fish quickly. See if the fish want to feed. Yeah, they don't last long. Yep, very, very quick. The fish have been getting at least a dozen of them every morning. Dad was around here this morning showing some of his friends our setup. And yeah, they were catching grasshoppers and throwing them in, so they had a nice grasshopper feed. So there you go, there's a bit of a wander around the patch. The garden has done nowhere near as well this summer as I was hoping it would. We had that viral infection early on. Thank you, Mr. Dave, for pointing that out. Also too, the mites on the tomatoes. That's a lesson learnt. Won't try and grow that sort of tomato in summer again here. And also, yeah, just problems with root rot out the front actually. I think the soil mix is too heavy and it's really affected the daikon at the moment, being a tuberous crop or a root crop. So yeah, lessons I've learned. I'll do an update on the front a little bit later, I think, a couple of weeks time. So I will pretty much leave it there. Like I said, I'll be giving the beds a rest, so there won't be many updates from out the back here for a little while. I might do some on the gem corn when we harvest that, but other than that, I'll pretty much leave it there. If you do have any comments, questions or suggestions, just pop them in the comments section below and I'll get back to you. Other than that, I hope you have a great one and take it easy. Catch ya!